Story about the curveball, right? And I'll show it to you briefly, sort of a just so story about how these things carry over to the real world. And first, here is a movie of Sandy Koufax throwing a curveball. It's fun to look at if you don't know what a curveball is. It's something from baseball where pitcher winds up, here's Sandy Koufax throwing it, it comes in, and it looks like it's coming in, and it does these funny things and people miss the ball, right? And so the curveball has been known for ages to be a physical effect and a perceptual puzzle, right? And the physical effect is this. A curve is moving at, as a typical professional curveball is thrown at 75 miles an hour. It's traveling 60.5 feet from home plate, from the pitcher's mound to home plate, takes 0.6 seconds, and the ball, in a professional curveball, is rotating at 1,500 RPM, and it undergoes about 13 rotations, and what that means is that pressure on one side of the ball is greater than pressure on the other side of the ball, so the ball deflects from a straight line and bends off this way. Sandy Koufax, being a softball, would have deflected the other direction. Right? It's a perceptual puzzle, however, because if you go through your pitch FX system, and when I say pitch FX, do you know what I'm talking about? Just want to see the crowd. No one. If you measure where the balls are moving, the deflection from the straight line is gradual. It's like you can pick it up with straight physics, and it should look like it's bending down in something that we can predict easily. But in point of fact, when you're a pitcher, when you're a batter at the plate, the ball goes through all these different motions, and it's much more accentuated than you normally would see. And so we refer to that as sort of the break of the curveball, how it's so strong. And there's explanations out there, but I'm going to show you the explanation which says that part of the reason why this occurs, why the curveball seems to bend so much, is that it has to do with the difference between our central vision and our peripheral vision. So take a look at this for a second. Look right at the cursor. Which way are the rings rotating? Clockwise or counterclockwise? Clockwise. Now look over here. Which way are they rotating? Look back. Everyone getting this? Well, we don't want that one. I want this one. Take a look at this ball. Look directly at it. Right? Do you see it falling down? Yeah. Right? Now, look at me. Whoa. Look back. Now look at me. What's happening when you look at me?
It's going.
Why should that be happening? The part of your nervous system, when you look directly at something, it's called your fovea, or your central vision. Your brain contains a whole collection of neural machinery, brain machinery, that allows you to see both the spinning and the dropping. But when you look at the periphery, you lack that machinery. So what you're going to see is sort of a combination of the dropping and the moving. Right? Try it again. Right? Look at me. Now what I want you to do is look at me, and you're going to shift over halfway through. Ready? Yeah. Go. Does that shift make the ball look like it's going angle and snap right back to the middle? Right? By going from the fovea to the periphery or vice versa, you're going to create wildly different perceptions. And that's what's going to happen, right? Ball starts off in a pitcher's hand, it's really tiny, fits really well within the central vision, but by the time it's at home plate, it's really big. It's going to be in that peripheral system that has less neural machinery, right? And so what's going to happen, right? If you were to track the ball completely all the way through, you'd get it going to the fovea. You would never be able to keep it only in the central part of the vision, but you don't. Typically, you watch a professional ball player watches it for the first third, the ball for the first third of the flight, then shifts his eyes in the other direction, so the ball's automatically moving off in the periphery, and they're going to perceive the flight of the ball differently. There's more to say, but we're getting there at the time. It's 5 o'clock.